Kollege.
Mr. Niall Kelleher.
Hello,
Kelleher.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you too.
Bernard McEl from the clan McEl. This is Paul Calhoun, Irish Broadcasting Network.
From Düsseldorf? Ah, okay.
Das ist mein second
Secondary von.
Genau.
Und ich bin ja bekannt.
Ja, genau.
Hallo.
Und setz mich hin?
Ja,
Hier,
ich habe mir
genau.
gedacht,
Alles klar,
das
setz mich
ist
hin.
mal schön.
Sieht gut aus.
Ja, die offizielle Mission ist ja jetzt hier.
Ja. Also ich darf Sie ganz am besten übersetzen. Ne?
Ja, Sie können auch ruhig mit uns Englisch reden, weil der größte Teil spricht es auch.
Ja, genau.
Dann haben wir nämlich keine Übersetzer mehr.
Ah, gut. Ich hoffe, ich schaffe das.
Natürlich.
Genau. Yeah, I'm so glad to come to Liverpool, to my town. It's a very interesting town. We have very big companies here. We have very fine peoples. We have Mr. Brandes have a good Irish tradition here in this area. We have a very good fest. Was haben wir fest?
We say party.
Party, yeah.
Celebration.
Party on the Northern Park. And the Irish people, I stayed for 10 years in Dublin for 1 or 2 days. It's very interesting, the Irish peoples. Very modern, but very traditional. They have very good gifts, with knitwear and very good technique things. And I hope you have a good time here. You found very interesting people, Liverpool people, who have good beer, good music, and good traditional. The traditional from Irish is very old, and in Germany we're very between with the areas. We have more than Leverkusen these things. Other things we have old Carnival. We can Carnival. Carnival is a big party on the road.
Yes.
Yeah, to make music, and we have good songs. Yeah, all people are singing it, and we have very fun.
Very good. No, look, it's great, and thank you, Matthew, and all of his clan for visiting Killarney in the past. And my predecessor, Brendan, and my colleagues have met with Matthew and the groups that have travelled over to Ireland, and we really we appreciate the friendship that has been built up between Leverkusen and Killarney. Yeah. I suppose we, traditionally are a smaller town, but a very, very welcoming and tourism town. We have small industry.
How many people live in the town?
So our population is about 16,000, but it doubles in the summertime. So it goes to about 32.
So from Germany, the tourists?
Yeah, Germany is very important for tourism with us, as well as America and France. But from Europe, Britain and Germany would be the two most important. Yeah. We have one of our largest employers and rates payers is a German company, Lever.
Lever, what do you make Lever? Lever. Lever is for
Ice machines.
Crane.
Yeah, cranes. So what we specifically do is port cranes.
Oh, okay.
And we make probably about 70 to 80 port cranes a year. They also own 2 of the biggest 5-star hotels in Killarney, the Europa Hotel and the Dunlow Castle, which has recently has had a several million euro revamp. The Lever family have been very, very good to Killarney through the years.
How many people work in the company?
In the factory, over 800. Yeah. They have reduced numbers a small bit in the last 6 months, but that's from a big increase over the last 5 years. The industry that they provide outside of their own employment to other companies in Killarney would mean that they probably directly impact probably about 2,000 jobs, which for a town our size is significant. So, as I say, our main industry is tourism. We're very, very fortunate to have the McGillicuddy Reeks, which is the highest mountains in Ireland, and we also have the Ring of Kerry and very, very popular destination. So I've just bought a book as a present to you, which really goes through the people and the place, the traditions that we have in our community, and majority of it is pictures, which is really what tells 1,000 words of our area and what we're coming from. So I'm delighted to present that to you.
Thanks a lot.
You're very welcome. And look, it's important, you know, that what we have as an area is majestic beauty, and you know, it's something that we like to work on. We like to be a welcoming community, welcoming town, and I suppose most specifically, you know, we know that Germans like their holidays, and we like to host people when they're coming on their holidays, and that's what makes our economy. So it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to the Irish Days. I've seen the videos of the festival, and it's great that as a community you're able to celebrate things like that, because I suppose our local government is a lot more centralised nationally and power-based, which I more like the European model of direct power, you know, because the people have a say and the people have a, you know, I'm elected for 1 year. We are elected as councillors for 5 years, and there's 8 in our municipality, and we elect a new mayor every year out of the 8 of us. Very hard to get something done. Our role is probably a lot more ceremonial, you know, because it's part-time. But it would certainly, believe it or not, our papers today have said that we're going to, for the first time in Ireland, trial in Cork City a directly elected mayor, which I believe is a lot better model for citizens as a whole. So I'm hoping that the Irish government will learn from the European model and how it works, and it makes a big difference, and it can make a big difference in the direction of the town and the community. So it's always good to come out and.
But I think Dublin is very open with people.
Yes.
The life and the business in Dublin. Yeah? So it's between with Dublin and the other the country. From Ireland.
Dublin is booming.
It's
a fantastic city. It's great with tourism. It's fantastic with the tech industry, and there are opportunities, but with that comes a lot of challenges. We've come on the back of a very large recession, and we have a very, very big housing crisis at the moment.
I stayed the first 1988 in Dublin. There was one in Grafton Street. There was one shop, Virgin Records, and the temperature was very down. But in this moment, they're very, very high and very, very business barrage.
Yes.
Very expensive from the buildings.
Yes, it certainly is, and the market is now more expensive than what it was at the very peak, which is a challenge. But we've got a lot to do in our country regarding access roads and access to technology. Broadband is something that's still not available throughout Ireland, and it's certainly the international world we have today of being able to do business from anywhere is something that we need to do a lot more around the countryside in Ireland. You know, we don't have, I suppose, big industry here. We don't have that.
We have special business. This is financial or technical.
Yes, and look, the one tourism. You know, Dublin needs at the moment, nearly 4,000.
Just started in Dublin and you drive in the area, in the
Yeah.
country from Ireland.
One thing that has been very good for Ireland over the last 2 years, but it also leads a lot of challenges, is Airbnb. For the specific reason that it brings people out to the countryside, it brings money out to the countryside. The reverse challenge is having houses for our people to live in. So it is a very big opportunity because Killarney, one of our towns which is on the Ring of Kerry, is the biggest booked town for Airbnb outside of the major cities. And that's because there is no hotel, there is B&Bs but no hotel. But that brings challenges as to where
It's
you
a new,
put your
it's a
staff.
new market.
It's a new market.
A new market for
So
tourism.
what's interesting is that the Europe Hotel, which is owned by the Lever family, are now building their own accommodation for their staff on site. So it's back to the way things were probably 30 years ago when you had to put up your staff. So there are challenges, but there's challenges we have to live with and hold with as an economy and as a country. So it's certainly good to have a relationship with German towns.
What is the situation with Brexit from the United Kingdom? Irish, I found it was very European country. Yeah? When
Well,
you come to the airport, I see the blue flag and go to Dublin. Yeah?
Absolutely.
First for 1988
Yeah.
was great. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see. What is
Dublin, I suppose there are many challenges with Brexit that are very much unknown at the moment until an agreement comes. One specific.
Comes companies from the United Kingdom to Ireland?
Some are, but what we're afraid of is that they will be nameplate companies. Effectively, they will bring their legal status, they will bring their tax status, but they will still leave their employees. So that is a big difficulty. The European skies will make a big difference to Dublin because Dublin obviously is dependent upon flying over the UK and our border between Northern Ireland and the peace and harmony that we've had over the last 20 years, and we don't want to have a border and troubles that we've had in the past. Our agricultural sector is exceptionally dependent on the UK. However, our main meat processors in Ireland have continuously kept the prices of our products down compared to the price of the products in the mainland United Kingdom. So there is room for the manoeuvre of the difficulties with currency and with trade, albeit the manufacturer will make less money, but the end producer have always made the same amount of money. Like end producers were making more money 20 years ago than they are today, farmers. So there are difficulties with Brexit. The biggest difficulty is the uncertainty of what we face, and the United Kingdom of itself don't really know what Brexit has in store for them. So our biggest issues are really, as an exporting nation, the cost of exporting our produce. We will find new markets and we will develop our products and develop what we do.
What is new market?
Well, new markets, I suppose, we're exporting a lot of our produce to the UK. So the idea is getting our produce to other countries across Europe, Asia, and that's a difficulty when it goes to effectively the free movement of goods. We're dependent upon the UK to get our produce to Europe. But with that, if we can't take it by land, we'll have to take it by sea. So there are many challenges of which we really don't know.
You have big companies before 1988 with knitwear.
Yes.
It's empty?
Uh,
And the Scottish wool, the Scottish wool and
amazingly,
and the companies, network companies in Irish was very big,
yeah.
And then yes. the crash and
Produce.
in this moment?
A lot of it is still produced.
Yeah. The gift was very nice. The gift and network from Ireland is
Yeah. Unfortunately, with labour being as intensive as it is, a lot of the produce that was produced in Ireland is now being produced in more than likely Asia or China and the likes.
yeah, it's the same problem from the world.
Yeah.
But the quality in Ireland was very good. Yeah.
Yeah. So you still have those on
They're
the
very traditional.
correct.
Network. Yeah.
But you can teach the Chinese how to do traditional too. That's the difficulty. We won't have that one on the video, but that's the challenges. So you know, as a produce we do, but it's specifically it's difficult.
Well, that was the same. Donald Mackenzie.
But this one will produce
and the first thing he says, we've got to put the kilts in Scotland in the register, because as soon as a Chinese see what kind of a kilt you've got, they'll try and make it cheap.
Yes.
And so he says, you know, we'll sign it up that nobody else can get your kilt, and then if they do something, then they have to pay.
Yeah.
Because the Chinese do everything.
You know.
There's a special
from
China. That's what make all things of the world.
Yes.
I see you tomorrow on the northern part with Irish Days. It was a very nice party. Yeah. And we can tomorrow again.
Yes. Yeah.
At 4 o'clock, both of you open the Irish Days official, and afterwards with all the clans, McGregor, McEllen, McKinnon, McTyson, we march to the tree that we've done for the 10th year anniversary, where both hometowns have their sign on it, and then we open the tree, and then we can have party.
Very good.
Yes.
That's good. The party is the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Captain Kleines, I have a little present for you.
Thank you.
Put it into your luggage. It's my special wine, the white wine, and 701. It's a Rhine kilometer. It's a kilometer from the river here. Oh. Yeah. This Rathaus, 701 kilometers Rhine, the big river here. Okay. It's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a lot of pins, and here's another one.
It's a lot of pin from the river. It's the lines from the Bergisches Land. Bergisches Land, the river here, but the other thing is the heights. Yeah, it's Bergisches Land is the name. Yeah, and this is the weapon is the lines. Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Okay. Okay, it's for you. Little present.
Yeah.
Little present for you.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Vielen Dank. Danke.
Gerne.
Hast du den Pin?
Ja. Das müssen wir doch, da haben wir doch noch was. Ne?
Ja, deshalb. Du musst doch mal rüberkommen.
Wir haben uns natürlich auch ein bisschen vorbereitet. Natürlich das Second Chief.
Warum sind Sie Second Chief?
Weil er First Chief ist.
First Chief.
Du Steingeselle, so kriege ich das nicht hin.
Also warte.
Steingeselle.
Und natürlich auch unseren Clan-Pin für Sie vorbereitet. Wir sind dann auch als Irland-Freund.
Was ist das für ein Zeichen, was raus?
Das ist der Löwe von der Stadt Leverkusen. Der Löwe der Stadt Leverkusen. Dazu haben wir das Kleeblatt für Irland, die Deutschlandfahne in der Verbindung Deutsch-Irland und unser Name Aaron Kelleher.
Yeah, it's a very detailed
Dankeschön.
Dankeschön.
So, jetzt müssen wir auch gleich nach Paul. Du hast ja noch einen, ne?
Genau.
Der Paul muss auch noch kurz nach vorne, Paul. Du wirst jetzt auch noch mal eben einkriegen, weil jetzt ist offizielle auch.
Oh.
Der Gelegenheit wird genutzt.
He's there tomorrow as well.
And you drive home at Monday or when you
I fly home Sunday.
Sunday? Who's Erlindis?
Ryanair.
So,
Ryanair fly directly from Frankfurt Hand to Kerry. So
Wow.
15 minutes from my home.
That's very good. You can
Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen.
Yes.
Much
So,
appreciated.
2 hours?
Du wolltest auch noch?
How long you fly?
2 hours.
2 hours.
Ja.
Noch einer. Ein Pin noch.
Ja, einen Pin gibt es noch vom Clan McEl. Das ist einmal die irische Fahne und einmal die schottische Fahne. Und ganz unten die fränkische.
Das ist der Akzent.
Richtig.
Dialekt.
Unser Clan kommt aus Franken, deswegen Irland, Schottland in Franken. Und
Also Uwe, du siehst, wir nehmen viel Abstand. We've got nothing in English. It's always Scottish, Wales or Ireland.
Wow.
We don't have anything to do with England.